Today on DNVR Buffs Live, will Colorado once again see a backup quarterback against Utah? And the moment everyone's waiting for, my picks for the weekend.
Not even, don't even worry about it. Buff Nation!
Let's go.
Squad.
Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores, is DNVR Buffs Live. Good morning.
Kind of glad I
early.
don't have to deal with you guys bickering with each other all weekend.
This guy just cannot function before 10 a.m. It's absolutely insane.
You're like two kids in the back seat punching each other. You know, me and Alyssa are trying to drive the car.
Guy says something that wants a reaction, gets asked for said reaction, gets told not to worry about it.
Was I loud? Oh my! I was literally just like, oh my gosh, talking to myself. What, bro? Nothing. I'm talking to you. Watch out. Damn.
We're off to a hot start.
Jeez.
We're off to a hot start.
This guy. Get your mic in order. Look at you.
Bro, relax. What is your deal?
Plug your laptop in.
Good morning, everyone.
Today on the show, we will discuss the Devin Dampier injury, Colorado's injury report, scouting Utah, offense and defense, and of course, Week 9 picks. What everyone's waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
For all of our picks, not just yours.
Well, probably mine more than y'all.
I've been keeping up with you, bro.
Yeah. Keeping up. It's a tough thing to do.
I mean, we have like the same score the last like 2 or 3 weeks.
Hell yeah.
2 points behind him, right?
Yeah. Have been for a minute.
It's a tight race.
It is. And Scotty's 2 points behind me. You got some ground to catch up on. And you're about to get tested again.
What's crazy is like,
Sounds like I'm keeping up with you.
No, we're going to dangle the cheese in front of your face again. We'll see if you take it.
I probably will. I can't lose 3 times in a row, right? That's my philosophy. That was my philosophy.
is there cheese this week?
I think there kind of is one.
Oh, God.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Let's do it.
Let's start with Utah. Offense or defense? What side of the ball do we want to start on?
Start on offense.
Buffs offense, you mean?
Sure.
Okay. Should I just go?
Yeah.
So I watched a few games last night. This team on both sides of the ball are pretty standard, honestly. They do what they do. They know how to do it, and they do that almost every damn play. They play, it's a 3-3-5. They'll have like a standing edge on one side, but they're very aggressive, just super downhill. And I think that's why the quarterback run, and you'll see some trick plays called against them all the time. Colorado had that one with Dylan Edwards and Jimmy Horn 2 years ago, right? BYU had a few things that they threw out there. They were using a lot of jet motion, a lot of just like side-to-side stuff, and Utah was chasing it down or trying to chase it down. They were just very aggressive coming downhill. So Kaidon Salter is going to need to respond well to all that, the pressures and the blitzes, because, they're just super downhill. They like to play out a single high a lot. They will move to 2 high pre and post snap, just depending on the call. I think the wide receivers are going to have some opportunities this weekend. I think they trust their cornerbacks on islands, maybe to their detriment at times.
Yeah.
So I think that you're going to have some one-on-one opportunities. And this is a big, big week for the screen game because of what I said about how aggressive this defense is. The game could hinge on whether some of these screens break or don't break.
So they're going to hinge on whether or not the wide receivers block.
Potentially, or the timing of the play. Like there's just, I mean, if they someone gets out of tackle or not, I just think that it's an opportunity. I mean, so I think people are going to probably be upset early in the game about the amount of screens, but I think that there's good reason to try and attack this team with those. So
I think there's a lot of room to attack, particularly downfield. You mentioned it, Jake. This is a really aggressive downhill kind of attacking type of defense. They're really good up front. Obviously, their pass rusher, John Henry Daly, is one of the top sack getters in the country. That matchup with him and Jordan Seaton, assuming they match up quite a bit, is going to be one of the best matchups in college football, one-on-one matchups this weekend. That's going to be played a lot on draft tapes and whatnot over the next couple of years. But you mentioned it. In the secondary, they switch it up. They play some man. They play some cover 3, some cover 1, some man stuff, like I mentioned as well. But there are opportunities, particularly off the play action game. If you can get a run established early, because that is what I think Utah is counting on, Colorado doesn't really have in their bag. Although they've shown it, at least some improvement. You look at the numbers, they're still kind of bottom of the conference in terms of rushing. I think Utah is going to try to count on Colorado not being able to do it against them. You know what I'm saying? And I think Colorado has to kind of play off of that. Maybe get into some play action early. Maybe get into some deep shots early, because JoJo Williams and Amarion Miller, like those are walking mismatches.
Yes.
And if you can get them sincere as well, 100%. And if you can kind of get them in kind of those deep crossers and kind of confuse the secondary a little bit, I think that's where you can get these big chunk plays. And I think big chunk plays is going to be something that this offense is just going to have to create. It's going to be hard to put together 8, 9, 10 play drives against this Utah defense, particularly on the road. So the more you can get chunk plays, hopefully creatively though, right? Hopefully through the screen game, hopefully maybe a trick play or two that you've kind of been working on throughout the bye week that you know for a fact is going to work against Utah and how they line up against a certain formation or something. Those type of things are going to be important, but per usual, it's going to be a big Pat Shurmur game and a big Kaidon Salter game. It's going to be a game where, like I said, we talked about it yesterday, I think Kaidon is going to have to have 12-plus rush attempts, get over 60-plus rushing yards, and get a rushing touchdown for the sixth game this season as well. Like, all those things are going to have to be checked off, I think, for Colorado to come out with a dub.
My first reaction when watching this defense, and I'm sorry, comparison is the thief of joy, but was, my God, Shedeur Sanders would shred these guys.
Yes, 100% he would.
Because it's not hard to know what they're doing.
Yes.
They'll tip pretty easily what they're in. They don't do a lot of different things, like you mentioned, Jake, and that's like the ultimate recipe for disaster against Shedeur.
For real.
But I have some hope and some faith that, Kaidon, being an experienced quarterback, can take advantage of some of that stuff too. And if you're Pat Shurmur, again, with 2 weeks to prepare for this game, you should have some stuff that's like, okay, these are going to be our cover 1 beaters. These are going to be, if we see them in, whatever they're trying to do that they do often, these are going to be our beaters for that. You should have some really great 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 plays that you just get out there, send someone in motion, know it's man. Okay, let's run this little pick route. Like, all of that stuff should work into the hands of the offense, that this defense shows their hand pretty easily. That being said, I haven't seen enough of that this year to be fully confident in that, but I really do think you can have some success with these big wide receivers on the perimeter. I think this is a big game to get some like back shoulder stuff involved with Omarion, Sincere Brown. So, man, like you guys mentioned, I really see the opportunities against this defense, but there's a reason this defense is not bad.
Yes.
Like they execute what they do really well. So to think that you're just going to go out there and carve them up is not true. And the one that I'm most worried about is being able to get the run game started. Logan Fano is a beast.
Yeah.
They've got quite a few beasts out there. I don't see a place where I'm like, okay, run here. Like, try to expose this.
Right.
You're more looking at, I think, your own guys and saying, okay, let's get behind seat. Let's,
Sure.
But there's no, to me, weakness in that front where you're saying, okay, we can expose this in the run game. And that's where I go back to Kaidon, go back to Pat Shurmur and say, like, okay, like, you're going to have to get it going from a passing perspective and hit some big plays, like you mentioned, Scotty, to be able to score on this defense. It's not going to be methodical drives going down the field running the ball.
I mean, they literally and figuratively pressure you. Like the safeties are flying downhill. They're shooting gaps. Like they're chasing motions. They're basically just trying to outrun you everywhere on defense. And of course, again, they are going to actually pressure you. They're going to blitz. They're going to, sim pressures. They're trying to confuse the quarterback with pre and post snap safety rotation to, as much as they do, try and mix up coverages, which they don't do a lot. And, I watched the West Virginia game too, and West Virginia's not good, but they had a quarterback in there at the end of the game who was running around, and he was able to do some things. Kaidon Salter's going to have to stress the defense on the perimeter. He's going to have to roll out of the pocket and try and extend some passes, because I think that's really where you get them in a bind when literally when they're trying to decide between going up and playing Kaidon Salter and the potential QB run or playing the pass. West Virginia had some opportunities there, and their quarterback was able to make some plays happen too. So he's got to hold on to the football for one. He's got to make good decisions, and I think Colorado could have a really good chance to win this game.
Another thing that stood out to me when I was watching Utah's defense, and it was kind of confirmed, solidified during our conversation with Josh Furlong during our Know Your Enemy yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Utah. This Utah defense isn't the best tackling unit.
Yes, for
they
sure.
They struggle tackling consistently, and it's part of the reason why they bring so much pressure, but the sack numbers aren't all the way up there, why they struggle against opposing quarterbacks running the football as well. It's because they kind of struggle sometimes in open field tackling, or even situations where like they look like they have a ball carrier wrapped up and down, and he just squirts out of there. Like
even rallies to the ball situations.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think of the Texas Tech game, Texas Tech's first drive, they had like an 80-yard like screen. It was like kind of that cross screen or whatever. Yeah. And dude just breaks like 4 tackles in the middle of the field, flips the field, goes, like I said, 80 yards. Obviously the BYU game last year, they really couldn't tackle Bear Bachmeier. Excuse me, last week, not last year. Last week. They couldn't really tackle Bear Bachmeier, especially late in that game. So Draylon Miller, based on the injury report, should be back this week. Obviously he spazzed against Utah last year. I think he can be one of those guys where you get him the ball, come tackle me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a few of those guys on this Colorado offense as well, where it's like make Utah rally and tackle and get you to the ground, because they have struggled with that at times, especially with dynamic ball carriers.
Also, Lander Barton will be out in the first half. The Know Your Enemy will be out later today, but Josh was talking about it. He doesn't really think that's going to be as big of a drop-off as some would think. He is their third leading tackler. I think they have a pretty good linebacking unit, and that's what he said as well. But that's really, as to your point where you said there's not really a weakness, like that's really the only one in the first half. So you got to make those linebackers move. Draylon being back is huge. I don't know how involved he could be in the passing game out of the backfield, but that's a way to try and stress them in that department. Cam, if he has an expanded role on the perimeter at receiver or in the backfield, I think that speed and the motion of him, Q for 6, a lot of that stuff can help give you an advantage, especially in the first half when they're down a linebacker.
Here's where I'll just push back on the idea of the screen game, which, again, in theory, I like the sound of. In execution, I haven't seen it yet. And so why I'm not in love with it is because when you run a screen, you take out the threat of Kaidon taking off. Yeah. And with the amount of man coverage that they'll give you, I love the idea of dropping Kaidon back, clearing out the defense as they're chasing these wide receivers and letting him take off. I think that could be honestly the key to the game is, 3rd and 6. Well, they clear out. Maybe they even leave in a spy, but Caden's able to run around them and get first downs. Like that is an exciting prospect in this game to me, is using Caden's legs on traditional drop back passing.
For sure.
How many screens do y'all think Colorado has attempted in the passing game this season?
48.
Fewer, not too far off.
Say
42.
39.
36 attempts on the screen game according to Pro Football Focus. 28 completions on those 36 attempts, 77%. 187 yards, which is 5 yards an attempt.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
I mean, and that's, people get so upset about screens, but they really are about just like, if you can get 4 yards, 5 yards, like
extension of the run game.
Yes.
But no one's complaining about the 4 or 5 yard ones.
Of course.
It's the ones that are getting absolutely blown up because someone misses a block.
Right. But it's also like, people are like, oh, this if this popped, it would have gone to the house. It's like, I mean, yeah, of course, a lot of plays are designed to do that. But if the screen gets like 5 yards, it's okay.
That's what actually Sean Payton had a whole thing about that yesterday in his press
Yes,
conference.
I saw that. And he's cooking.
Too.
He's right.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I feel like he was a bit uptight about it, though. I don't know if that was something that
Well,
he had been asked about probably multiple times, but
he's just online, so he hears people complaining about his screens.
Sean's online?
Oh, yeah.
Very.
Really? I
yes,
didn't know that.
Yes.
Yep, he's online. So, yeah, I don't know. To me, my biggest problem is they've admitted that wide receiver blocking is not an emphasis from a coaching perspective, and yet screens are an emphasis in the offense. Those two things don't compute for me. And so I don't trust the screen game when I can't trust the wide receivers to block.
Look, I don't disagree with you, but I don't want to dig into this topic.
Okay.
Let's take our first break. And shout out our friends over at Game Time. If you're going to the game this weekend out in Utah, make sure you use our friends over at Game Time. And when you do, download the app, use the promo code BUFFS. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. NFL, I mean, we got the sports equinox on Monday, I believe, right? All the sports are playing. World Series is underway here very shortly. NBA just tipped off last night, and NHL is already in full swing as well. Not just that, concerts, events, whatever's going on in your city. Make sure you hit up our friends at Game Time. And again, download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BUFFS, BUFFS. Tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it?
Game time.
Hell yeah.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Monarch Money, man. Hey, listen, y'all. Take it from me personally, man, especially this time of year when there's a lot of stuff going on. Work, you trying to chill on the weekends.
Holidays around the corner.
Oh, man, I can't even believe you just. Yeah, you're right, bro.
There's your
Holidays
reminder.
around. Yes, for real. Holidays around the corner. We got a budget, man. We got to make sure we keep track of our finances, where our money is coming in, where it's going out. And that is where our friends over at Monarch Money come in just so clutch, man, because Monarch is built for people with busy lives, man. If you put off organizing your finances, let me tell you that Monarch is for you, man. It does the heavy lifting, man. You can link all your accounts in minutes. You can get clear data visuals, smart categorization of your spending, in real control over your money. And don't just take my word for it, y'all, because Monarch Money was named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal. So don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code DNVR at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at Monarch Money. Shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Monarch Money.
For sure. Yes, I am awake. Thank you.
Shout out, Nate.
What's up, Nate? We'll get to the offensive side of the ball.
That's all I was saying.
Oh, okay. Can we do injuries now? All right, let's just do the injury report right now.
I think it perfectly lines up with us getting into the Utah offense.
Yes, exactly. The big news really on this entire thing is Devin Dampier. He's listed as questionable. Utah only has 3 players on the injury report. People are going to see this Colorado injury report and potentially freak out because there's a lot of players under out again. It's the same names. Like, there's no real surprises on this. And Neely told y'all 2 weeks ago, like, this injury report thing is not at all it's really made up to be. Coach Prime called it out when the season started. This is for gambling. So
injury reports, but at first glance, it's jarring.
Of course,
to see this
yes,
many
because there's a
players on
lot.
the injury report,
Especially relative to Utah's.
Especially, yeah, exactly. But I do think there is some overreaction, a lot in part because of the fact that the names haven't changed.
Exactly.
It's very similar names that have been on there for a long time for the Buffs. I saw some people say like this is embarrassing to have a injury list this long after the bye week. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
some of them was never coming back.
there's not like a magic hand that can come down and
Yeah.
touch them during the bye week and fix their injuries. Injuries are what they are. Like, either you're out for the season, which you're still going to end up on this list. There's a potential of some guys who are redshirting, preparing for their next move after this season. And again, if you have a 6-week injury and the bye week falls in the middle of it, doesn't all of a sudden become a 3-week injury.
Right.
Exactly. And I think Donovan mentions it too. Like, he says, CU reports the whole team, other teams only report starters. There is clearly some inconsistency of what teams are reporting, because Utah's injury report the last couple weeks has been a lot longer. They've included guys who are like actually out for the season, but in this injury report they didn't. Right. And clearly Colorado, if you're on that out list, you are staying there. They're keeping you there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're out for the year, like you're talking about, we haven't seen, Aki Ogunbiwi all year. Jack Ester has been out for a long time. Samuel Okanola hasn't played all year. We know Tavian Coleman and Lightfoot have undergone season-ending surgeries.
Right.
And that's why they're there.
Right.
In terms of the outs, the only one really that stood out to me where I was like, obviously I don't think DeKalen Taylor and Simeon Price not returning is obviously not ideal. But, and neither is Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo being out kind of was like, damn, because he has been used quite a bit. Obviously, he's a 6th offensive lineman, and that's, I think, part of the reason why this offense has really looked physical, why the run game is improved. So not having Yo-Yo out there isn't ideal. It was on the previous screen, but RJ Johnson has been updated to doubtful, which I think is...
That's progress.
Yeah, it's some progress.
He's been out the last few weeks. Wednesday, the last 4 weeks.
Exactly. And, he's posted some things on social media kind of teasing maybe a return. And as we know from the last few weeks as well, for Colorado's injury report, just because you're listed as doubtful don't mean that you out. Like, you can play after being listed doubtful on this injury report this season. So potentially getting RJ back could be huge.
For sure.
I believe RJ was the highest graded corner for the Buffs before he went out.
I think that's right as well.
Questionables, you'll have Anquin Barnes, Tawfiq Thomas listed as questionable. Tawfiq Thomas, I think, has been upgraded there, right?
Yes.
Questionable?
Yep.
That's big. If you get Tawfiq back, I think you obviously you get another defensive lineman, but I think you get an added edge to your defense, something that you're going to need in this game where it's probably, I don't know, at least 80 rushing attempts total between all the teams. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, probably.
Probable. Tayon Parks is probable. Carter is probable. He's been upgraded. Reggie Hughes is probable. Mari McNeil and Brandon Davis-Swain is probable as well. So,
and Draylen's completely off the list.
Yes, exactly.
Love that.
So yeah. With that being said, let's get to Utah's offense and how Colorado's defense.
Shout out Common Spirit.
Yes, shout out Common Spirit Health.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Okay, Utah's offense. I got a lot here.
Cook.
Okay. So it starts with the personnel sets. They play very heavy, 22 personnel, lots of tight ends, lots of backs, and they'll spread the field in those personnel sets too. They can be pretty multiple with what they run, formation-wise. It's a very, very creative run game. Quarterback heavily involved, as everyone knows at this point. A lot of options. Jet sweep option, read option, power read. And they love the GT read with the quarterback coming around too. 12 players have carried the football for them this year. It's actually the same number for CU. And it's again, we're probably going to see 80 plus rushing attempts in this football game total. You got to tackle on the perimeter with all this motion and how much they're going to pull guys try and go side to side. Your nickels, your corners, your safeties have to be able to securely tackle this weekend. Otherwise, they're going to be running down the field. An alert number 99. We talked about him yesterday. I don't know his name. I'm not going to try and say it, but he's their version of Yo-Yo Atia. And they will throw him the football. But that is a very, very big boy.
It is.
Watch out for him. On the passing game, so when it comes to Dampier, they really try and simplify things, I think. It's a lot of half-field reads, a lot of rollouts. Not to say that he can't read the whole field. Like, he can. He had a really nice touchdown against BYU, the last one, where he came to the crosser all the way across the field. It's just that I think they really want him to make quick decisions, whether it's passing the ball or running the ball. And that's where he gets into trouble, I've realized. Like, if that, not to say like take away his first read and you have him, if you kind of muddy the picture off the snap, he has a very quick trigger to pull the ball down and just take off.
Yeah.
He's not really going to look for, the backside guy or try and hit the post over the top or whatever. He's very much just trying to get downfield. They love wheel routes. Be ready for that. They're going to leak guys
Wheel
up the
route.
sideline all the time. The tackles are good, but a lot of pressure comes straight up the middle. Josh talked about that yesterday as well. This is a big game for the interior defensive line. You win some one-on-ones there.
Amari,
Amari.
BDS, let's ride.
I'm thinking more linebackers coming
Yes,
downhill.
if linebackers can shoot some gaps, if they got some blitzes called for them too, they'll be able to, I think, get some pressure. Last thing on Dampier, get him behind the sticks. He's not a great deep ball thrower. That ball hangs in the air a little bit. But when it comes to Bird Ficklin, I think he's a better passer, actually.
Really?
He has not thrown an incompletion yet this year, first off, which,
How many
whatever,
passing
kind of a
attempts?
weird
9
stat.
of 9.
But he has some real zip on the football. And he had a deep shot, I think, against West Virginia that, like, oh my God. Like, Dampier he just can't do that. He's a very, very good runner, too. Very elusive. Like, this kid could be really good in the future, but it's clear, like, Devin's a senior, so, yeah.
The big thing for me from a Dampier perspective is he'll miss some. He'll just miss them. And I hate to say it, but that was kind of a big storyline of the Iowa State game. Is Rocco Beck just missed some that were there.
Yep.
And, you know, whether it's 3rd down and 6 and there's a slant there and he throws it high, or even 1st down and 10, he missed some easy ones.
They had some good drops too.
Yes, that feels like it could be kind of something that gets this defense going, gets them off the field a couple of times, and gets them some momentum going. So I don't know what's going to happen with their quarterback situation. Based on the way you're describing it, Jake, I don't know why they would play a hampered Dampier rather than playing the young kid, but I guess we'll see.
We will see. I mean, Tanner Wall, BYU safety, I might have seen this. He had a quote right after the game when they beat Utah this past weekend. He goes, their drop back pass concepts are pretty basic, and we didn't think that he was a great passer down the field between the hashes, and that kind of showed. Obviously, talking about Dampier there.
A lot of rollouts, a lot of half-field reads, I'm telling you.
Did you ever see the Super Bowl 50 clip where Cam Newton stormed out of his press conference?
Yes.
Because
I don't know.
So they had Cam Newton's press conference right here, a wall, and Chris Harris Jr.'s press conference right here.
Yeah.
And as Cam's like speaking after losing the Super Bowl,
Right.
you can hear Chris Harris in the background being like, "Yeah, we just knew we just had to keep him in the pocket and make him pass, and he couldn't do it." And Cam
Brutal.
just stormed off. That's what that quote reminded me of when I saw it.
Yep.
And Devin Dampier this year on 20-plus yard passes down the field, 3 of 19.
Yeah, not surprised.
It's just not part of his game right now. And I think it's part of, I don't know if Utah has playmakers
No,
on the
they can't
perimeter
really stretch
either.
the field, yeah.
So it's kind of a dual kind of responsibility blame right there. But it's going to be interesting to see who they roll out, whether it's, you know, Bird or Dampier. I think either way, whoever it's going to be, it's going to be a pretty limited in terms of the passing concepts, and maybe in the whole offense, if it's Bird, like it's going to be a limited in terms of the plays you see.
For
like
sure.
They're not going to get very exotic.
Yes.
They're not going to throw any crazy looks and formations and plays and concepts at you, I don't think. So you just got to be focused on what you know that they do well and what you know that they're going to run. They're going to try to get both of their good running backs involved. Both of them have over 300 rushing yards this year. They're going to get whoever's under center involved in the quarterback run game. And if it's Bird, they're probably going to take chances down the field. And if it's Dampier, I really don't know what the plan would be if they go start Dampier, honestly. It would all depend on his health, obviously. But I think it's all out there for this Colorado team. Again, if you're facing a backup or if you're facing a hampered quarterback who is already kind of limited in his game, that's got to be a situation that you take advantage of.
So both of you sound like you're leaning towards Bird Ficklin starting.
I think so.
If it's an ankle and it's his mobility that's affected, honestly, what's the point?
For real.
I think Bird's a better thrower. He's obviously going to be more healthy to run. Yes, you'll miss out on the experience of Dampier, and I think I think that's why he's starting still and why he's the guy.
Yeah.
But in terms of like a ceiling, like Utah can kind of take a next step as a team if Bird Ficklin is able to kind of elevate their offense too.
And we were talking to Josh yesterday, and according to him, he was just like, he's expecting Bird.
Yes.
He's expecting Bird
Yes.
as well. So
He pretty much said he'd be shocked if Dampier plays.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. It makes me think that stopping the run is everything.
Yep.
Going back to the last time we were in Utah, it was, I don't even remember that guy's name, but it was like their 5th string quarterback.
Yep.
And Utah just ran the ball for 5 yards a carry the whole game. And I mean, Colorado, I think Travis had like a sweet touchdown in the middle of the field that made it a 1-score game with like 13 minutes left. And then Utah never gave the ball back.
Yep.
Was that Batari a quarterback for them?
Yes, Luke Batari. And so that's going to be their plan coming into this is just let's go run the ball for 4 to 5 yards a carry and keep their offense off the field, not give them a chance to get out there. And so the Jeremiah Browns of the world and the Amari McNeil and all of those guys, Arden Walker, like they're going to need. Is Arden healthy?
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, good. They're gonna have to step up and stop the run and force them into 3rd and long situations, or else it's gonna be a long day for the defense.
I mean, great point. You get them behind the chains at all, I think you have a really good chance.
Yes.
Real quick, just to put some things into context, again, very, very limited sample size with Bird Ficklin, only 9 passes. He more than doubles Devin Dampier's average yards per attempt. Again, it's only 9 passes. Like that's not a great sample size at all. But just go on Twitter and look up. Just type in Bird Ficklin's name and watch the passes. It's it's down.
He's got some juice, man.
Yeah.
And again, I think we talked about it earlier this week, but Isaac Wilson started games for them last year, and he was kind of looked at as maybe not the starter, but certainly the backup. And Bird Ficklin came in as a freshman and overtook that QB2 spot.
Yep.
So that says a lot, in my opinion.
Buffs fans, I know it's hard, but we're going to have to try to let go of hell when it comes to backup quarterbacks against us.
Please.
The history is not good.
Really?
No, it's very bad.
Damn.
Anything else on the offense before we take this next break?
It's just crazy. I think you said it again yesterday, but it's just crazy how all these games seems like the same formula. Just over and over again.
And what's crazy is it's back-to-back years with different formulas.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's just becoming this conference.
Yeah.
A lot of these teams adopt the same style, and I don't know what it is, or if it's just coincidence, or if it's like where you are in the conference pecking order, whatever that determines this. But yeah, it's pretty fascinating that there's like a common thread through all these teams.
For real.
For sure.
All right, let's take our next break and shout out the homies over at Common Spirit Health. Appreciate them for bringing us that injury report.
Oh, yeah.
But they're a lot more than that, man. From preventative care to advanced surgical solutions, they've got skilled physicians and caring staff here for you, offering personalized treatment tailored to your unique needs. Also, if you're an athlete at any level, really, they can help you with their sports medicine program and injury prevention stuff as well. You can expect a blend of cutting-edge technology with a commitment to human kindness at their 20 hospitals and 240 clinics and care sites right here in the great state of Colorado. Whether it's a routine checkup, managing a chronic condition, responding to an emergency, you can trust Common Spirit to deliver exceptional care close to home. Experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discover a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the mighty Denver Broncos.
You guys will be heading to Utah, but I will be staying here in Colorado because I just can't be too far away from a Buffs box. You know, I spent 2 weeks being too far away to get a Buffs box, and I don't want to do it again. So I'll be here at the DNVR bar. You guys should come down and hang out. Huge Denver sports day on Saturday. We've got Avs, Nuggets, and Buffs all in action. Maybe like Rapids too. I don't know. No, their season's over. Never mind. But we got Avs, Nuggets, and Buffs. Avs are in the midday, and then Nuggets and Buffs overlap. We will have the game sound for both games in different parts of the bar. So that'll be cool. So come hang out down at the DNVR bar, and then afterwards, after we've had a few Coors Lights at the DNVR bar, we're mobbing to Taco Bell. Classic move on the way home, hopefully with the safe ride to Taco Bell. But either way, got to get over to Taco Bell, get yourself a Buffs box with 4 Taco Bell classics and a collectible cup. For only $7, shout out to Taco Bell, who is also donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown scored in 2025. Liv Moss at Taco Bell.
Shout out Common Spirit, shout out Taco Bell. Final thoughts from watching Utah before we get to picks. Anything still lingering?
If you get to face a freshman quarterback making his first career start, got to win that game.
Yeah.
It's just kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
You got to win that game, especially if you got some momentum.
Off a bye week.
Coming off a bye week.
When they're coming off of a
In
emotionally charged rivalry loss.
And Scott asked Josh about that yesterday, and he did not downplay that at all.
Yep.
The fact that they are coming off that game, how physical that game is, and into another very physical matchup with a team coming off a bye.
You put so much into that rivalry game emotionally, physically. I mean, Devin Dampier literally is beat up.
Yeah.
And I know he's not the only one on that
Yeah.
team. And to turn around, 7 days later and face another team who's trying to come in and play physical football, especially, like I said, if you starting a freshman quarterback, you got to get a W.
Yeah. To me, this is a huge opportunity for the Buffs.
For real.
And, staring down the face of Iowa State and Utah sitting at 2-4, things did not look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You come out of this at 4-4,
Man.
I mean, it's a massive credit to the coaching staff and the players to be able to pull themselves out of this. So what an opportunity to clean the slate
Yeah.
with 4 games left in the season and get back to kind of a fresh season at 4-4. Colorado has found a way to get into these games with Utah,
Yep.
and what an opportunity it is.
My final thoughts aren't too much different. I hope this team sees themselves kind of like giant slayers right now,
Yeah.
especially after what happened 2 weeks ago. You were down to the wire with BYU. You were down to the wire with Georgia Tech. You know who you are. You know you're a good football team, and you know you can hang with this team. So go in there with that mentality, that attitude, because I think that can really set the tone. Kind of like how it did 2 years ago in that game. When you're down and out, your quarterback's out, your best player's not feeling his best, lots of questions about the team. They really just said, F it, we're going to go ball.
Yeah.
And that's the same mentality they need to have in this one because it's going to be a very hostile environment. This is a good football team. They're going to be physical with you. They're going to try and pound the rock and, beat you down physically. So just bring it, man, because you can do this. You can really win this football game and change a narrative almost.
Yeah, and you've had 2 weeks to prepare for a team who isn't sneaky about what they do. Like, this is, if you can stop what they do from a base perspective, you have a really, really great chance in this game.
100%. And honestly, too, don't want to talk about getting a lead or anything, but it would really behoove this offense to get on a fast start. Because, again, whether you're playing a freshman quarterback or you're playing a hobbled Devin Dampier, if you get a lead on this team, it's going to be hard for them to put together explosive plays, I think, to come back and, overcome maybe let's call it a 2-touchdown deficit. Obviously, fast starts are always imperative for this team, and so is finishing, as we saw in Iowa State and obviously the games earlier as well on the opposite side of that. But starting fast and finishing in the fourth quarter, if it turns into one of those games, is hopefully this team got a glimpse of what that looks like and what it takes against Iowa State. And if they can kind of replicate that formally here on Saturday, it could be a massive win. Also, there's so much at stake too, right? I think we talk about it maybe the Monday after the show, but we have yet to see this team, in my opinion, play well on the road this year. It's something they just haven't done yet this year.
Yeah.
We've yet to see this team win back-to-back games this year. It's something they just haven't done yet. And coming out of a bye is something that this team has struggled with a little bit in the Coach Prime era as well. So there are opportunities to put all three of those narratives to bed with a good performance, in my opinion, on Saturday.
Yeah. Cornell said freshman QB beat us in Nebraska and BYU this year. Freshmen don't mean nothing. I think there's, first of all, Dylan Raiola did nothing in that game against Colorado.
100%.
I'm also saying it's a bit different of a freshman making their first career
And that's
start.
what I was going to say is those guys were starters
Right.
from the second they got to training camp.
Exactly.
So that's a little different. But also, yes, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed victory.
Right.
But it does play a big role. In my opinion, someone starting their first game,
For real.
that's an advantage for the defense.
No doubt.
Promise. Last thing I'll say, to your point, I really hope 3rd and 16 2 weeks ago was kind of like
Me too, man.
an eye-opening play.
Me too.
And I think that you're going to need, to be aggressive early on offense in this game because you're going to have opportunities to. I think that you could really lull this team very quickly into a straight downhill mindset, and you can catch them over the top early in this football game. It's not something you're going to have to wait late into the fourth quarter to pull out.
Please don't.
So you have the guys too, Omarion, Joseph, Sincere. I'm just asking for a few early shots because I really think that can change the game.
Yeah, and I mean, even when I went back and rewatched, I forgot like draws a pass interference.
Yep.
On like the 2-yard line.
Huge play.
They're going back to that same thing that they did at TCU. Just throw it up if he gets man coverage, just throw it up. Let him go win a football. You know, like this team could have a dangerous vertical passing attack, and I think they're slowly but surely starting to learn that.
Right.
Like you said, hopefully that 3rd and 16 was something that gets them over the hump there.
Yep. We ready for picks?
Let's get it.
I'm always ready because I never prepare.
So I set the table at the end of yesterday's show, but again, yes, everyone's separated by 2 points. You are at 33.5. I'm at RK. You're at 33.5. I'm at 31.5. Scotty's at 29.5. I've
Good
actually
race.
The last 3 weeks, I think I've been the best picker. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Game 1. This is Saturday morning, I believe. Northwestern
Yuck.
at Nebraska. Look, I'll be honest right now, not the best slate. I could have
That means
gone.
it's gonna get crazy.
Sure.
A 14-point dog might pull off a victory on the road.
Ahead of time, if I were to pick truly the games that I thought would be best, it'd be a ton of SEC games. So that's why this game is in here, so we don't pick all SEC games and Big 12 games.
We'll get to it later, just real quick. That Colorado-Utah line hasn't moved?
From when I looked at them last night,
I'm on it right now.
Yeah, I mean
12.5 now.
Okay, so about a point it's moved. Interesting.
I'm still seeing 13.5 though. So
Okay.
depending on where you look.
Yeah. Where are you at on this one, RK?
Too many points. Nebraska struggles in games when they have 5 wins, and so give me Northwestern.
I think I'm gonna take Nebraska with the point here. They're at home. Sounded like there was a very pissed off Matt Rule this week, and I think they win by 8, 9, 10 points.
Matt Rule was pissed because he was looking like the favorite for the Penn State job, and then his team went out there and embarrassed his ass.
Yeah, they sure did. I mean, bro.
Well, okay, really quick on this.
Go for it.
I would love for Penn State to come in and poach Matt Rule, because it would just be funny to see Nebraska be a stepping stone job
Do you
for
know
someone.
how hilarious it'd be after all the shit they talked about Coach Prime leaving
Yes.
for Matt Rule to
Yes.
leave first?
Here's the thing, though.
Be perfect.
In what mind would Matt Rule be the right hire for Penn State, whose problem is not getting to the promised land?
Right.
Like, they can win 9-10 games
Make the
all
playoffs.
year long, make the playoffs all year long. They fire James Franklin for that and hire a guy who's known for just rebuilding. Like, Matt Rule is not your championship coach. He's the guy who gets you from point A to point B, not the guy who gets you from point B to point C. So that would be an insane hire by Penn State.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm picking Northwestern.
Okay.
100%.
Say less. I love it.
They're
We're off to a great start.
They're not even really locked in anymore. As he said, they're at the 5-win mark. They're just going to fall apart. They're just going to start putting the ball on the ground.
Who did they play again last week?
Minnesota.
And got worked 24-6.
That was embarrassing. I think Raiola was sacked 9 times, I'm pretty sure. It's crazy.
It's
pretty
just
embarrassing.
really bad.
I'd like to see the record of CSU in Nebraska during CU bye weeks. I swear they always lose.
Great point.
I swear they always
Great
lose.
point.
When all I have is a hate watch.
Yeah.
They always lose.
come through.
Nebraska had 213 total yards last week. They went 3 for 11 on 3rd down, 0 for 1 on 4th down. Dylan actually had a decent completion percentage. But yeah, they didn't even have to turn the ball over. They were just inept offensively.
They really were. Like I said, it was the sacks.
Yeah.
He was just running for his life the whole game. It's crazy.
Next, ranked versus ranked matchup in the SEC. We got the Missouri Tigers going to Vanderbilt. The Commodores, now the number 10 team in the country,
How crazy is that?
and are favorited by 2.5.
I low-key really like both of these teams.
Yeah.
Me too. See, if I'm Penn State, Coach
Yes.
Drink is the guy. Either of these coaches.
I thought you were going to say Vanderbilt's
of them.
coach, Clark
Yeah,
Lee,
sure.
was a guy that kind of makes sense to me.
Again, Just doesn't make sense to me.
You just want a national championship winning coach? Somebody who's won it already?
So what, like Urban Meyer?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know
pick?
what their options are. That's why they've dug themselves into a hole that I don't understand. It's like when Nebraska honestly fired Bo Pelini and then hired Mike Riley, who had never done anything
That's a
either.
good point,
It's
actually.
like, what are you doing? Like, what were you? You were just changing shit to change shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I feel what was Vandy played
LSU last week.
LSU and had the big win last week.
So the line was exactly the same, 2.5 for Vandy. However, they were number 17. LSU was 10. LSU kind of sucks.
Yeah.
They can't do anything offensively, and that's what happened in that game. Mizzou's got some guys.
I really like their quarterback, bro. He's kind of electric.
But it's
Yeah.
at Vandy.
It is. That's where it was last week, too.
My gut is telling me emotional letdown game for Vandy, but
I don't know if
gonna
Diego will let them do that.
I'm gonna go with the home team. Give me Vandy.
Are you on Vandy?
I'm also taking Vandy. Diego's a dog,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm not going to be betting against Diego Pavia too many more times, so I'll go Vandy here.
Oh, no. All of us on one side already. Another ranked versus ranked SEC game. We got number 8 Ole Miss headed to Norman to take on the number 13 Oklahoma Sooners, and the Sooners are 5-point favorites.
I'm gonna just keep asking questions because I've been so out of the loop.
So Oklahoma was a 5-point favorite on the road last week at South Carolina, and they covered handily.
Yeah, they smacked them.
That was the week after the huge letdown against Texas.
Yes. So that was 2 weeks ago.
So Mateer is back and looking like Mateer again,
Mateer
for the most
played
part.
pretty well. 18 to 26, only 150 yards, had a touchdown. He did run 8 times for 14 yards. So
This is a really good matchup, low-key. Ole Miss was really impressive last week, even in the loss against Georgia.
yeah. That game pissed me off too. Line was 7.5. Georgia won by 8.
I know. It was perfect.
Ridiculous.
I needed that. I really needed
When
that.
Ole Miss was like winning the whole game, basically, or at least in like 3 points the whole game.
Ole Miss was kind of dominating that game early on.
Early on, for sure.
Yeah.
Someone else pick first. I feel like I've been picking first.
I'm picking Ole Miss. I like this team.
Okay.
What's the 5.5? Or is it
Just
5?
5 is what I've
5?
seen. I can get you
I
an
hate
updated line
that.
if you care.
You said what?
I'll look for an updated line if you care. It's not going to affect our stuff, I don't think, though.
I think
It's 5.5 now, but we're sticking with the 5.
Ole Miss was really impressive last week, man. I think I'm going to go with Ole Miss.
I'll go on an island with the home team.
All right. I respect that. Is there a name for this rivalry?
Didn't you look it up earlier this
I
week?
thought I did. Kansas State. The Sunflower Showdown.
Shut up, bro. That's got to be some washed name that they took away the other one because it was problematic for some reason.
So, Kansas is favored. I'm pretty sure Kansas State has won 16 straight matchups in this game.
Holy shit. Wow. No Dylan Edwards.
No Dylan Edwards.
No Dylan Edwards. Yes, this is the longest win streak ever in this rivalry. 16 games straight for K-State. They've played 122 times. K-State's current streak has put them in the lead all time for this rivalry.
I think y'all know who I'm going with.
Go ahead then. Bless you.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, bro.
I am.
Why?
Because I'm getting points. And that's kind of really the main reason. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm getting points. I just don't think Kansas is very good. And Kansas State certainly isn't very good either.
I don't think it matters in this game.
Rivalry games, right? Anything really can go. I honestly think K-State might have found a little something, though, the last couple of weeks. They're playing better football. And y'all know how I feel about Kansas. So give me Kansas State.
I'm taking Kansas. I think I trust Jaden Daniels more.
I'm trying to find if there was a better name for this. And it turns out there isn't, which is an embarrassment.
Heavy D says it's been Sunflower Showdown his whole life, and he's 43.
That's gross. Like even the made-up name the Pac-12 made for our game this week, the Rumble and the Rockies, is better than the Sunflower Showdown.
Rumble and the Rockies is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
You know what?
Yes.
I think that if Dylan Edwards is playing, I would take Kansas State, but he's not, so I'm taking Kansas.
Oh,
I love it. Let's go.
Oh, Scotty.
2, I'm on an island now. Let's go.
And now you're being tested for the 3rd time this season. Throw up the graphic. Let's look at this one. Number 11, BYU. Going to Iowa State, where the Cyclones are favored by 3. What are you going to do, Scotty? The book is screaming at you to take Iowa State. Ignore that little number next to BYU.
They're screaming at me to take Iowa State?
Screaming at you to take BYU.
Yeah, right.
I don't think so.
No, well, you're right. The book is trying to tell you something about Iowa State.
Yes.
Your brain would tell you
Yes.
pick BYU.
What are you doing, Scotty?
I don't really know. I mean, Iowa State, what's the like about them right now?
I don't know. Are they
You
getting
know?
those corners back?
No, they're
No,
out for
they're
the
done.
season, bro.
They're done.
So it's like, that's not, like what is there to like about Iowa State right now, other than they're at home? And I think they had a bye this week, so they've had a couple weeks to rest up. Like, I don't.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking BYU, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm picking BYU.
Oh,
I'm picking BYU.
I'm picking Iowa State.
Where are you at?
I don't know what the hell is going on here. And I understand when there's cheese and what it looks like. And this is absolutely that. But I think the book is actually wrong this time. I'm taking BYU. Okay. There's nothing to like about Iowa State right now.
There's nothing to.
That's why I love it.
I know. Look, I've been with you the last 2 times there was cheese.
Yeah.
But the book isn't right all the time.
They aren't.
They're not.
They are wrong in these every now and then.
And BYU ain't going undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So it could happen.
But they want us to do this.
Right.
They are baiting us.
And I think
We're
Kalani
taking the bait, but better coach, better quarterback,
right.
better team.
I think Kalani too is the type to play into. We're underdogs. We're 6-0, 7-0 right now, and they got us as underdogs right now in this spot. And I think he could play into that with his team.
Oh boy!
I guess I'll know what game I'll be closely watching this weekend. The result of.
Here's what I'll say: I'll happily be wrong about this one. Iowa State
same.
win will make CU look better,
Right? For sure.
And yeah, this BYU Cinderella story is old to me.
We're getting +3 too. They could lose by a
Also,
field goal and we still push.
It will continue to murky the waters of the Big 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Colorado needs this result.
Yeah,
For sure.
This game is at 1:30.
So, what's your
you guys can watch it.
only thing picking Iowa State here is just the cheese and the book selling
The
or
book's
something?
telling me.
All right.
Smart man.
I got you.
Honestly, it's a brainless pick. It really is.
Okay.
Because what you guys are doing or what they want you to do, the
Totally.
mental gymnastics of it
But,
going.
I think I'm going to take like a BYU alternate line minus 13.5.
Okay. I'd respect that.
Yeah.
You get some nice juice on that
Yeah.
too.
It's an interesting game.
Another, very interesting game. Baylor. I don't even know what to think of Baylor at this point right now. They're on the road to Cincinnati, the number 21 team in the country, undefeated in the Big 12. Colorado would very much appreciate a Baylor win. However, Cincy is favored by 3.5 points at home.
I just want to check one thing real quick and just confirm what I think.
What's your thought process?
I don't think Baylor plays well on the road.
So I'm pretty sure the SMU game, whatever close game it was early, was on the road. I
The
think
game that
Auburn was on the road and they lost by 2 touchdowns.
they were at home against Baylor or against Auburn.
Okay.
You were right. They were on the road against SMU. They won in double OT.
That was a gutsy win from them.
Could you bring up the graphic one more time, Melissa?
I think I'm going Cincy here. I like Cincy here. Baylor just hasn't really. You look at their last few games. They got spanked by TCU last week. The score was a lot closer than the game indicated. They have the miracle beating K-State the week before that. They handle business against Oklahoma State the week before that, and they lose to Baylor or Arizona State the week before that. They've just been very mid. And Cincinnati's home field advantage low-key is legit. I like Cincy.
I'm jumping ship on Baylor. These are 2 teams headed in 2 different directions.
Okay, I'll go island on this. I think the Cinderella story comes to an end. and give me the team with the better quarterback.
Another interesting game.
That is very interesting.
Houston, only one loss on the year.
Yeah.
Traveling to ASU. ASU with a gutsy win last weekend, though.
No
over
Jordan
Texas
Tyson.
Tech. I mean, do we have an update on him? Is he like okay? Like is
He's
his
out.
Legs okay, thank you.
He's out.
I'm not surprised by that at all. His hamstring was literally like barely hanging on.
For real.
I'm surprised he made that play.
It's crazy.
The line is 7 for the number 24 team in the country, hosting a frisky Houston team.
Fritzy.
It's a Houston team. I like Houston with the points.
Really?
Yeah, I think 7 is a little bit too much for Arizona State right now without their best player.
ASU.
I am also.
I remain that Houston sucks ass.
I am also taking ASU.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. 3 I'm on an island for. Better
Colorado.
enjoy that lead right now, brother.
I'm not even in the lead.
I'm talking about the lead on me.
Oh,
There's a chance for some serious
Movement this
movement in
week
the
for
standings
sure.
yes,
this week.
yes. Colorado. The line is still currently 13.5. I'll get one last update. I still see 13.5. You've seen 12.5, depending on where you look. It's around
Yeah.
that neighborhood. I'd wait. First off, if you're betting this, wait until you find out. I think what the quarterback situation is.
I think the quarterback situation, if they announce they're starting a true freshman, the number's going to go down.
I agree.
Down for Utah.
I feel like you
Yeah.
would do it now because if news comes out that Dampier's not playing, then it's going to change drastically, I think.
I guess. I don't know.
It will, for sure.
honest.
First and foremost, I don't think I'm being biased right when I say this is too big of a line.
It is.
I
It
think
really
it
is.
too
It's
big.
crazy.
Yeah, already.
I would, if you had given me a clean slate and said predict this line, I would have said like 7.5, maybe. I might have even gone 6.5. So that alone, I'm taking the Buffs. But I do feel like that's the biggest spread in the conference this week.
Of the Big 12 games, and we're picking 5 of the 6, I believe. Yes, this is the biggest. Or there is one that is bigger, actually. It's the game I left off, and it's
Oklahoma State involved.
yes, Texas Tech versus Oklahoma State for sure.
So yeah, second biggest spread in the conference. I don't think the gap is that big. Give me the Buffs.
Bro, what?
It's 36.5
Yeah,
between
that's what I
Texas
just-
Tech and Oklahoma State.
36.5.
It's so over for Oklahoma State. Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, none of us have used our hammers yet.
Yes.
That's why I asked you to look at the what you call it. And also even TCU West Virginia, that's 15.5 in
Yes.
favor of TCU as well. Let me just look and see what I can put my whole hammer on.
Before he can speak, I'm putting my hammer on BYU.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Scotty. I'm gonna hammer Northwestern, I think.
Ooh, love that.
Hurry up, man.
I'm trying to look at it. I can barely see it. Well, first off, I got Colorado covering for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Hell yeah. Let's do that. Great idea, Alyssa.
I've been even asking RK if he's tried a Texas Tukey yet.
Of course. Loved it so much. Went back the next day for another. You got brisket. You got bacon. You got jalapeno. And, of course, you got cream cheese.
Yep.
That is a elite combination.
Yeah, we had those at was that Hutchins?
Yep. Hutchins Barbecue, Frisco, Texas. Scotty, you're about to get shot clock violation.
Yeah, this is crazy, bro. But pick a game.
I'm going to Golden Hammer, the Sunflower Showdown. Give me K-State, my Golden Hammer.
Oh my god.
All right. That's
You're doing this again,
that's
bro.
crazy. That's crazy.
That's the team you landed on?
Yeah.
That's a team that you swore you wouldn't trust anymore earlier in the season.
I don't
Now
remember
you're
that.
doubling down.
I don't remember
on
that.
them.
I don't remember that.
Bro, this
We
is on
both
tape.
picked them, and we
This
were
is
both
on
like,
tape.
"This is their final chance," and then they lost.
Was that the TCU game?
It was early. It was like week 3.
Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm going
It
with.
might have just been me, to be fair.
This is a tough slate.
Yeah, it is a tough slate.
And it had to do with points too. Like I want something that like if I push, you know what I'm saying, that I can still get those points.
You're overthinking it, bro.
Hey, I'm trying to win, man. And
Are you?
And I'm not right now, so I gotta kick it in gear.
You know, if you listened to me on the cheese picks, you'd be even footing on me right now.
Say it again.
Actually, even more so. You'd probably have the lead on me if you just didn't take the cheese, because you golden hammered Texas Tech against Cincy the first time it came up, and I tried to tell you then.
Hey.
Did Cincy win that game, or they just covered?
Yeah, Cincy beat Texas Tech.
Yeah, as we were watching in
That was when we were in
TCU.
Fort Worth. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That sucks that Texas Tech gets a layup this week.
Yeah, but
We'll ham it again.
they took their L last week.
Yeah, I know. I want them to keep losing.
For sure. But they
Money
got
can't buy
quarterback
happiness.
issues. They got quarterback issues though. They got they still got to play BYU.
Okay.
So 3 of their last 4 are on the road.
I love that my golden hammer is also an emotional hedge because I want BYU to lose.
Guys just 5D thinking through this. I love it.
You hammered BYU.
Uh-huh.
You hammered
Oh
Northwestern.
my God, bro.
correct?
Yes, Northwest.
Nah.
The show is ending in like 5 seconds. If you're going to make a change.
I was just confirming y'all
Okay.
picks. That's all.
I want to know where the hammer lies.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow for pregame show. It'll be a later pregame show most likely. It'll still be more than 24 hours before the game, so around
7:30 p.m.
7:30, yeah. Let's put it there.
I'll be free if you guys want to hit me up.
Of course, brother. Of
Bet.
course. All right, chat. We'll see y'all in Utah. Have a great day. School Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.